What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, I'm working on a riding mower. Have a little information on it. Bought it from a buddy. He ended up buying a new mower. Here it is. Can't really see, but it's a Husqvarna YTH 21K 46 with the Kohler engine. It's not the best looking shape, but it is the prettiest one you'll see that is this old. It's manufactured in '09, I do believe, of August. I can probably find that out and see, but he tried throwing a new carburetor. So we are going to work on getting this thing like running and stuff. Grab your fancy no good for nothing Pittsburgh needle noses. I got other pliers that I can probably use, but you know, this is going to work too. We're going to probably replace this fuel line since it's super easy to replace. And I don't know if you guys can see anything in this caption here is really loose. So we're just going to take this whole shindig with us. And we're probably going to pull the tank as well. Just we can just slide that off. We're probably going to get some better clamps. I'm not sure if y'all can see. I'll bring you all up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. And all right, there we go. So like I said, 10 millimeter. Actually, just kidding. It's probably smaller than that from the looks of it. Yep, it's very nice. That's kind of Heyo. I just don't feel like pulling out moving stuff in front of my toolbox there. You know, to make my life easy. Actually, I've got a 38 ratchet in it. You know, because I like making things super difficult. That's just me. We are going to clean this tank out though, as best as possible. I'm going to probably run some. I got something in here that will work. Just going to flush it out. And we'll inspect it. Since it is the original tank. I've seen people run water through it and it'd be fine. But me, I won't get all the water out of it. So we might end up doing that because I don't plan on doing anything with it anytime soon. I'm still waiting on one big piece for it, but if we can just kind of pull it out, clean it, blow it out at least, and then throw it back in. We'll get some fuel on that later. There, yeah, this needs some clean. Alright, let's see here. There we go. So we got some products we're going to use today. If you have not checked these, have not used these guys or seen these guys, Sweet Patina, the hand cleaning wipes, TKO. I said that really backwards, But these things will be the last set of wipes you'll ever buy, or last brand you'll ever buy. And these things do wonders. So we're gonna clean this tank up a little bit, kind of freshen her up, if you will. I mean, just look at all that. She's not indestructible, but it does get the job done, however. So this looks like a two-piece tank. Well, it was plastic loaded, as you can see here. Alright, so we left off getting the fuel tank cleaned up, and I broke the little grommet that's underneath the tank. It's not a big deal. I got one on. I got actually 3 on order for like $10 with the little elbow. So we're gonna pull this carb setup off, so I can put this new gasket and stuff on. And yeah, the carb is good. Worst case scenario, I order a new one and they're not that expensive. So let's do these. Pretty much everything is here. I didn't know if this plastic piece was here or not, so I just ordered a new one. It wasn't that expensive. And I'm going to replace the gasket behind it as well. So we're just going to set this dude to the side, and hopefully this will come off fairly easy. And this thing gets broke, so there's a little baffle in there too, so we're going to replace that as well. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. So when you try not to break stuff, I end up breaking stuff that didn't need to be broke. But this thing's on right there. There it goes. It's alright. It is what it is. We got new ones ordered anyways. I'm getting ready to go get the fuel lines for it. So we'll probably pick up on this as soon as we get this piece replaced. Probably pick this back up on next week. Alright, so I'll show you here. So it did come with the new screw, and you see this thing's kind of wallered out, or it's probably not the right one. And if it's not set in there correctly, this thing will spin on you. So we got a new stud that will go behind it, and so it'll be great, be fine. So the baffle piece I was telling you about, this little dude, and it kind of goes in there just like that. So I'll put a link in the description of what part number this is and the gaskets, and we're going to clean up this threshold here. This thing's biggered. So I'll figure it up. We're just gonna lock it real quick. Yep. Unless it falls out on you. Move this out of the way. I'm sure I can probably undo it. We're just gonna get in there and clean her up as best as possible. Don't have to be, picture perfect, but just kind of get in there and this old gasket off of it. She's taped on there. So that's that way. And, you know, things don't just go according to plan sometimes. Once I get all that stuff in, we're just gonna wipe all that crap out of here. Probably should have stuck something in there, but you said you put your baffle back in. Goes in only one way, like so. Well, just gotta finesse it a little bit, I'm assuming. Alright, let's take a look here on the footage. Alright, sorry, I lost track of how this thing went in. So, according to my observations, that went like that. So, yeah. So just paid attention to the outline there. I don't know exactly what that's for. I'm not an expert. There's 3 gaskets. One that goes on the front of your carb. One that goes on the back, which is this dude right here. Like so. As you can see, the cuts off. That's the reason why that baffle's in there. I call it a baffle. Some people call it something else, but that's what I call it. So, new gasket. Slide it. Piece in here. So we'll line everything up once we get and this new one will go on the back side. This circle one. Do you believe maybe this one will go on the back, and then this one will go on your plastic side for your filter, which I'll show you that when we get to that step. So like I said, new piece. Where's the old one? Okay. Like I said, I'll throw a new link in the a link in the description how this stuff goes in. Yeah. So this one is obviously new hardware that should just lock in place, but if it don't, it is what it is. And like I said, like so. And then you kind of gotta, you could probably put some stuff on it if you want to, but there's really no need. Just got a carburetor out of the way. Sure, I'll do something about that. Maybe I got this thing on backwards. Alright. Get your bolt. Push that in there. Don't want to jack up your thing here, but see if it's on there. Alright, I think it's on there. Pretty sure. Let me grab a light just to confirm. Don't mind my son's little flashlight. Just trying to confirm that that's good. Yep, that's good. You know, Batman to the rescue. Other batteries are dead, or lights are dead. So that's in. I'll tighten that bad boy up. You don't want to over torque it, just because that'd be no good. So this thing is in place. It's not going to go anywhere. The other one was all over the place. Again, you don't have to have best of the best to get the job done. Really don't matter on this, on the orientation that goes. So put your new gasket on. Slide your carburetor on. Like I said, it's not it's new. You just didn't feel like fooling with it. That's weird. Well, I see we've run into an issue. Maybe I got this thing on backwards. We're upside down. I do have it upside down. Actually, I got it. Yep. No wonder why that looked weird. Okay. So also pay attention of how your stuff goes in, because obviously I was just now noticing that the way this thing goes in, as you can see there's a little retainer, that piece that goes in, it happens. You make mistakes, and I should have paid attention to it. I thought it looked weird when I put it on, but it is what it is. Not mad. Take one little bolt, flop it out. Alright, so that's in. Let's tighten this up. I already tightened it. Alright, she's in. She's tightened. We're still waiting on that plastic cover piece I was telling you about. So once that gets in, we'll throw this other gasket on. That fell to the floor. That's awesome. So I'm going to stop for today. We'll pick up back in probably tomorrow. So it's been a couple days since I ordered parts. I'm actually still waiting on one part for the carburetor cover, plastic cover. Guy said it might be here tomorrow. Don't know. I guess we'll find out. I am dead tired, however. I really want to get this fuel tank back in and get some fuel into it. And just, yeah. So we're going to get into that today. And we're just kind of pick up where we left off from the other day. And continue this little project series. I don't know what you want to call it. A little maintenance, getting this thing all dialed in. I'm still waiting on the wiring harness. They have not shipped for the headlights. Sometimes that's the price you pay for going $1 cheaper. And I could have already had them in. But it is what it is. I'm going to put this on and tighten everything up on the fuel side. And tomorrow while I'm out, grab some gas and we'll put it in there. Hopefully we can drive this thing tomorrow. And we'll wrap up the video then. So let's get into it. So, where we ended, I had broke the barb piece. It's on the fuel tank. When I was trying to remove the fuel line, I need to go get some fuel lines. So got that yesterday, and we got these new pieces here. I'll show you just a second. So these are, like I said, everything I ordered for this thing, I will put in the description. So you got this little grommet, And it's wise to replace these. These are only $10 and they break easy. So just replace them. Just makes your life easier. We are going to put a little bit of looby-doo on it to kind of get it in there. It's not going to hurt the fuel. We're just going to do a little lubrication to get this thing set in there. It may not need it. Let's see here. See if I can get it in. Yeah, you don't have to have it in there, but it'd probably be wise to get it in the tank, the little grommet first, than this, because it'd be hell, I'm assuming. And then we'll put our fuel line on. So we cleaned the tank out the other day. I didn't, show it on camera. And honestly, I just kind of ran some water in it, so it's had time to dry. Obviously, since I've done it. Well, maybe that's weird. Okay, so we are gonna grab some lube. WD-40. We're just gonna just a tad. I'm just gonna just enough to get it to pop in there. Like I said, a little bit of there. It's not gonna hurt it. So it's on. You just slap it in. And where this is a gravity fed tank, so there's no pump. Just straight to the car, just like most lawnmowers. Unless you get into some high dollar ones, then it is got a pump system on them. So pay attention where your barb is. So this is ours. This is how it's going to sit on the inside the mower, because obviously it wraps around the motor right here, and it'll sit in like this. And our little petcock, whatever you want to call it, people call it different things, little grommet, you run it through here, I do believe. Maybe that's just a stand, but I'm assuming you would run it through there. You don't want it draping, running across that way. But let's get the fuel line on here, and then we'll prop this in, because it'll be easier to tighten this up. Put that little thing on. So let's go over here to my workbench, my deep freeze. I did put a new spark plug on it. I couldn't find one that's that would fit. So also got some new lights for it. I'm actually getting ready to see if they fit. If not, I'll send them back. It's a new plug. This one was a little rough. So we got our new pieces here. And if you're curious what that partner is, that's what it is. Get it from your local hardware. You probably get it cheaper on Amazon, but for the convenience of it, wasn't bad. And then pay attention to your orientation of fuel line, or your filter. So you want it going in that way. So you run this from your tank side, and this will be your carb side. All right, so know it's about this yay long, so we're gonna reuse these just because they were good and they were out of those little grommets. So speaking of which, we have it right there. So we're gonna. So for as little money as this is, getting these fuel lines and stuff, it's wise to do it. Since these are still good, I'm going to reuse them, but it's best to replace them if you can. Is that really laying in there? They're dead. How awesome is that? All right. So this is about a foot. I got a little bit more than 2 feet. Just to be on the safe side. I'd rather have a little more than needed. You can put a little lubrication on it. It'll go. You get it on there as tight as possible. It's easy. You want it all the way in there because it doesn't retain pressure. Like I said, it's gravity fed, but you don't want a leak. So you can get it on there as tight as possible. And then we'll address any other leaks that may come up. I'm no mechanic when it comes to small mowers. I just know enough to get me by. Like I said, I want to say this is running through here because it were angles. So we're gonna do that. Don't think it was before, but worst case scenario, let's so I'm gonna just kind of prop this in here and see how it looks, see if it looks weird or whatnot. Cable out of the way. So we are good. We didn't lose our screws, thankfully. I thought we would, but no one's been in the garage, so at least the kids. I was just gonna order a new one, but there ain't nothing wrong with this, and there's no sense of ordering a new one if there ain't nothing wrong with it. So if you're just looking for that luck, I guess go for it. But a little elbow grease and will not get the job done. So throw these screws in. All right, so that little piece there that runs down where the where the fuel line comes out, that is, I do believe, I'm almost certain that's what that's for, is to allow it to flow so it's not hanging down, and it just keeps the flow of fuel because it's angled. Honestly, I don't know what day it is, how long I've been working on this mower. But we're gonna wrap up this video just because I got some stuff that's gonna happen to it. I'm actually gonna be dropping it off, so I'll make another video on it, and It'd be like kind of a short video and stuff, and I gotta drop the truck off to get some work done on it, and the trailer. It's getting new hubs put on it and probably tires put on it tomorrow. So in the morning, whenever I get time, if I get time tomorrow. But we'll wrap up this video, and I'll throw in a little clip of me driving it around. It's like a minute clip. It runs pretty decent. It's got to get some tuning done on it. It's no new one, but for what I paid for it and what I got into it, it's worth every penny. To throw a little bit more money into it. I'm not gonna go crazy on it. I told them my budget's probably like $150. So we're gonna get that knocked out. It should be done here in the next couple weeks. So it'd be a little bit before I get to it. But who knows? This might be the end of the video, but might not be. It might be tomorrow when I drop it off, and I'll try to add it in when I go pick it up with another video I'm working on. So that being said, like, subscribe, share, comment down below what your thoughts are. If you thought this was interesting, I'll put all the list of parts that I got off of Amazon. I'll put them in the link in the description, so that way if you guys are looking for kind of a similar mower, you can cross-reference parts, and you can get them in as well.